There we go. All right, cool. What's going on, everybody? Yeah. All right, so sorry about that. Here we go. Okay. So today, start off with the SPY here. We've been seeing this the past couple of days in the SPY where we're actually we gap up, kind of fade off. Yesterday we had a gap up and we faded back, still technically green, but basically just flat. Ended pretty much flat for the day from the previous close. Saw the same thing on this day over here. We're still holding up above this 20. Obviously, there's not as much selling going on in the SPY. We're seeing this, still seeing this big sell-off in the tech sector. Probably the Qs are down. Some of our big name positions and stuff have been, a lot of it's tech, so a lot of that's been down. It's hard to tell, honestly, what this market's going to do. Right now, it looks like we could probably head lower today. Yesterday, it seemed like for a minute we might even bounce, but then we just kind of faded back. I do think it's important to note, though, that we're not seeing like a crazy sell-off or anything, nothing wild. And actually, considering some of the volume we saw trading back over here, we're not too crazy right now. I'm thinking we could come down to this 325, touch this 50 SMA here. I'm thinking that's the most likely thing. I hope we don't break down below it because we have a lot of support here. We have all this across here as support. 50 there. It's honestly though hard to tell right now. And it's kind of funny too because we're actually seeing like some decent earnings and everything. We'll see a company has good earnings, gap up, but then they just kind of fade off. So I don't know. It's kind of honestly it's a little bit puzzling to me. The exact reason, you see all sorts of different things the news kind of speculates on, but I actually kind of just think it's that time of the year. I think it's just this time of year. I think we're just going to see that. People repositioning portfolios and this and that. I don't think it'll last very long, but you never know. So, but keeping this in mind, so it does, it's right now, it looks like we could head lower today. So, maybe we need to look more to the short side. Probably do some more day trades. I've had a couple in the past couple days that have been like simple little things. But yeah, so starting down the list here, it's at home. Big gap up on earnings. See, not quite getting all-time highs. So this is a perfect example of one though that this is gapping up outside its upper Bollinger Band here. It's kind of hanging out right now. Maybe you see a fade back in this thing. This might be a short for a day trade. Just I'd keep an eye, maybe 36 there. maybe if it starts to move under 36, we take a short in this thing. We'll keep an eye for a potential long too. But I think if the market's fading back, we probably don't want to be trying to get into it long. I think there's just going to be too much pressure on it. This run solar. Let's see, it's a little gap up. This one would be probably a candidate for a green to red play. So we saw a little push up yesterday. See, I guess they had earnings. Yeah, I'm thinking probably we're green right now. If this thing goes green to red, basically if it drops below this 43.50s or something, that might be where we want to get short on this thing for a fade down. This PayPal's kind of trapped in this range here, so I do have PayPal for a long-term position, but right now, I don't know if it's good for a swing or not. I like that it's up above its 50 moving average here, but it can't get over its 9 though. So if the market starts fading off, that's going to be it's going to be tough. It needs to clear that 260. See, I got a level right there. Got some resistance up above here. Yeah, this one I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this one because they call it financial services sector, but realistically PayPal's a tech company, so we want to keep that in mind. If the market starts to fade off, there's a high likelihood that this could also fade off. If you look at yesterday, it was fading all the way down to here. So keep an eye on that one. If this thing can't get back above 260, then I might hop out of it. But yeah, so let's see. I haven't even fully gone through this list yet. I did add this SQ this morning because it looks like a potential short to me. Up to the 50 here, can't quite get over it. This thing could fade off if this is like an opening range short, basically is what you call this on a day trade, but it's I don't even know what I'd call this on a swing. But basically you have these 3 sideways candles and we're looking for a breakdown below. So you get in here off the 90 MA, off the 50 moving average, real tight, put your stop. On a day trade, probably put this stop would only be just like the high of the day here. Probably actually right there, above that 238 mark, maybe 238.50, give it a little bit of room. But basically we're looking for a breakdown under here, and then to see if it can fade back and then break under this level. And what I would do on this is probably look to day trade this and then swing it. Actually, you know what though? Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't swing it because today's earnings on this thing. So, sorry. But yeah, so we could still do a day trade on this thing though. Just have to sell it before the market closes. Tesla, I don't know what's up with this. This thing's been dancing around. It'll have a moment where it looks like it's gonna take off and rip higher, and then it kind of just flattens out, kind of just goes sideways. It's not been really selling off. It's kind of just been hanging out, and I keep coming back to this. If you look at the volume patterns on it, from here to here so far, we're seeing more volume on the buying than we are on when we have on the selling, and to me it's looking like it's in an accumulation phase. So at some point I would think that this thing pushes higher, but just chopping around right now. I got this Oxy up here. This oil and gas sector has been pretty hot lately, so this one does really good volume. Doesn't have huge range, but it is a clean looking chart, getting above its 50 here. I'm thinking, maybe get a play to 30, maybe 31. Obviously it could go higher than that, but I think it's kind of clean right now. Maybe do something like that. Put a stop, I don't know, like $1 away. pretty low risk. Right now, where there's not like a lot of stuff going on in the market, where it's kind of a tricky time to trade, this is probably something that I would do for long. Where, like I said, if you make it to 30, like $2.75 to risk $1, that's still good risk reward. It's just not as exciting as what I normally like to trade. This Corsair Gaming, I'm actually got on here. I kind of am thinking about maybe a longer term position, but at the same time, we are also seeing potential for a swing where we've really gone sideways for a little bit. We're back above this 50 moving average here. If we can hold up above that, hold up above the 9 EMA and the 20 moving average there, then maybe we have some room to start to move higher here. We did see some big volume come in yesterday, so especially on a day that the market was selling off. So I do like that so far. That's looking good, but add that to the list. What is this? Another oil and gas one. That's right. Kind of the same deal as Oxy with, it's not going to be a huge mover, not going to get any crazy gains out of it, but it might be clean. You get a break over this 50 here. This is a sector that can move higher independently of the rest of the market. So that's another one add to the list, I'd say. This Netflix. I got this for a long term. I'm probably going to end up having to get out of it today, though. This thing, unless we get like a big bounce off here, I think this thing could fade off under this 459 area. So, if it fades off under there, you really got room down to 460s here. So, and I think it could move pretty quick. this thing can trade crazy range sometimes. You look back into here, you see it doing $30 ranges, So, yeah, that one might have to hop out of that for the time being. This RBLV I've had on the list for a couple days now. It's consumer cyclical, which has been a decently strong sector. Watching this thing right around here, potential kind of like breakout. I just haven't had the. Yesterday probably would have been a good time, but it really just took off right in the morning. I'd kind of like to see a little bit tighter, but you still have room on this thing. I think you get in this thing under 53, 54, 53 would probably be a good price. But try and get up to 60. Put a stop. You could put a stop. Actually, you could do it if you wanted to widen it up a little bit. You could put a stop under the 50 moving average there. If you get a breakout, you should trade over 60. Let's look at like a measure that move. 38%. Obviously, that's going to be you're going to put way up there. So, I think this one it's shaping up good. I kind of just want to see it tighten up a little bit more, but you can see good buying volume coming in, heading into these all-time highs here. So I think it's all-time highs, right? Yeah. That one's looking pretty clean. Twitter, nothing right now. It's kind of just sitting. We're sitting on this 200 here. If it starts to break below that, then it'll be something. Or if it starts to round up higher and remount over the 9 EMA, then it might be something. But right now, I think it's just too much in the middle. But I'm keeping it on watch. This snow looks like a potential short, getting down to those IPO lows. Same deal with Dash, getting down to these lows right here. This thing, either one of these have so much room to fall because they're both pretty high priced, and they both trade a lot of range. And they're IPO stocks, so they can make much bigger moves. You have all these people that are probably sitting in this thing, especially people that are got in up in here, that are like, oh, DoorDash is going to be huge, this, that. Once they start breaking down below these lows, then you're really going to see like a lot of people flood out of this thing. OSTK, I think it might end up. I don't know. I think I'm gonna probably take this one off the list. It's just chopping around too much. We need like a clear breakout. It's trying to get out of here. I took a move in this thing, but I just don't know if it's gonna work out. Honestly, it's just because of the way the market's been. And like I said, this is another one too. I think that it's considered consumer cyclical, but I mean it's an internet company. I think this is more of a tech stock really than anything. Let's see, Snapchat. Same kind of. I'm looking for this breakdown under here. Obviously we're seeing a lot of these stocks are looking like shorts right now. So, for the overall market, that usually means that things are going to go short. But you never know. With this market's been so crazy recently. We could get bought right back up off these levels. Yes, MPs, I had it up on here. I was looking for this, seeing if it started to clear up over these levels, but it doesn't really look like it's happening. I'm going to take this off here. Caesars, had this yesterday for a quick day trade, but it just didn't move. I was looking for this break up above here. It faded back, but it actually didn't come back that much. I'm going to keep it on the list. It probably won't be today. Maybe, another day or two in this thing. If it can build up there, maybe that'll be the play. It could go today. I just don't think so. The market would have to. I think if the market turns around, I think this thing is in a good spot to break out there. BYND, another one looking like a short. You see, getting down to this level down here. This one below this level, you got room down to like 50, really. Down to these lows here. You can see, when it breaks below this level, it can really fade off quick. So, yeah, that one, this is probably one of the top short plays right now. Chewy. I was adding this for a long-term position, but I'm not sure how I feel about it or not. It's excuse me. Oh my God. Coming down to its 50 here on the weekly chart, which isn't bad, but I don't know. I don't like it breaking under this level here and under its 200. So might get out of that one. Pins just fade. I don't think this one's in a great spot right now. It's on its 200 here. It's kind of just in the middle of some range, so not in a great spot to me. So I'm going to take that one off. Vizio. Still want this thing for a long term. I'm just kind of waiting. For a tech stock, it's actually not doing terrible, but I'd like to see, the market start to turn around some before adding into this thing. At the same time, I'm kind of worried it's going to just take off because it's held up so well. ENPH just fading off. It is breaking under its 200-day moving average here. Probably not quite ready for a short yet, down too many days in a row. Lyft, breaking my heart here. Lyft, this thing, it sucks because, they did really good on earnings. They, I won't say they do really good, but they did pretty good on earnings. They kind of did what I thought they were going to do. They lost money, but they're gaining ride share, so that's obviously good. But yeah, just getting faded off again. The tech stock. I don't remember what this was. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, I was seeing this up here. But yeah, I don't think this one's quite ready yet, especially because it's in the tech sector, but I need to mark this off. All right, we're going to take that off there. This one potentially, some of these metals have been kind of strong recently, so put this one up there. I don't know if it's going to be the move or not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna I'll go check the metal sector and see what it's looking like again today. But I mean, it's been good, but it's dancing around this 50 moving average here, which I don't really like. Twilio beat down on earnings. I don't know if it's quite ready. I kind of like to see it pull back into this 200 here and then maybe fade down. But I'll keep an eye on it today. Etsy got beat up on earnings. NVAX coming down, not really. It's down too much, I think, right now. It needs to consolidate over the 200, then drop. Rocket got shredded on earnings, down to the bottom of its range at least. This one I'm keeping an eye on for a potential short under there. I don't know if it really has enough range for me, but you never know. This thing could break under here, maybe hit down to 15 or less. And then FSLY. Down a whole bunch on earnings also. Again, this one's kind of just sitting in the middle of our range here. So, all right. Come back over here. I saw some up here. GS Goldman, is that what it is? Yeah. I mean, you could trade this if you're 80. No, these bank stocks and stuff, I mean, they pretty much always, do good. Long term, they're nice. I mean, I wouldn't. To me, I don't think it's not anything to swing just because they don't move very quick generally. But I'm sure JP Morgan's the same. Yeah, I mean. It's nice. I mean, you look at it it has oh, this is a sweet breakout. But it doesn't do much range. I mean, $2.27 for a $160 stock is kind of meh. That's my biggest thing with it. Yo. No, he doesn't. He does not need that. He'll make this kid lose all his money. I didn't even check my Doge this morning. Is it up again? Is it back up? But yeah, so moral of the story today, though, is the market is going to either be up or down or sideways. Basically, it looks like we're probably going to fade off today. I mean, the Qs here are looking like they want to move lower, but the SPY is actually kind of looking like it wants to head higher though this morning. So this is where it gets kind of sucky, because when the markets are kind of in disagreement, things get really choppy. Stuff gets hard to trade. Stuff that you'll see something, you'll be like, oh, this looks good. It's in the SPY. SPY's going up. I'm going to get in this, and it heads down, and then stuff that is a tech stock and you think it's going to move lower ends up moving higher, and stuff chops around a lot. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Yeah, so it's honestly just going to come down to seeing what the market wants to do. see what I have here. What am I? My suckiest position right now is lift, which is really unfortunate. Especially because I started this thing like in here, like in the high 40s, but now my average is in the 50s. So just keep buying more of it. Oh my god, that's me and my girlfriend when we're older. Tilray. Nah. Not looking. It doesn't look great to me. Looks like it's heading back to being a penny stock. How cheap did it get down to there? Got down there. Yeah, it's just trending lower now, honestly. Seeing kind of this same thing. It's basically what you saw right here. You see this? It's literally this exact same pattern. Where you see this, see a little scoop, swoosh, and pull. The Harry Potter, I call it the Harry Potter. Scoop, swoosh, pull. That's a technical term that I just came up with. All right. Let's see. We're getting close here. Guys, I'm not trying to brag, but I've made 29 cents mining Bitcoin on my laptop. See how my... Yeah. So actually, so this is an interesting thing. If you guys, if you're trading on a laptop, if you're doing any kind of computing, I might do a thing on this actually later, because I think this is like something that everybody should do. Like if you have a gaming computer, then you should definitely start doing some sort of mining, because even if you're gaining like a few dollars a day, like I am right now on my computer, like my gaming computer. I mean, why not? Just to leave your computer on if you're making a couple dollars. Yeah, true. It does depend on your graphics card. But like if you have like a decent enough... Oh, stuff's dropping right before the market opens. Like I have a 1660 Super, which is pretty good as far as efficiency goes. But if you have a even if you don't have a great graphics card, or if you're on a laptop and have like a decent CPU, you can mine on NiceHash, and basically they use your computing power and they pay you in Bitcoin. It's kind of an interesting thing. So you're not technically mining, somebody else is mining using your computer, kind of. But all right, here we go. See this home here. Well, yeah. It just dropped right at the open, just like a rock. Like a rock. TGM options, it's easy. Anybody can do it. I like that. That's a good plan. Let's see, anything. Yeah, I already talked about EMPH. It's terrible. Really making me bummed. See, now you're getting down to this area kind of here. Are you in EMPH? Ooh. Oh. Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. You just became an investor then. You went from trader to investor. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there. Ah. It happens. Come on, lift. See, his PayPal's fading back now. See, this is what sucks, because, like, I mean, did good on earnings, had a big $10 jump on earnings, and then now it's just going to fade right back. That sucks. Q's dropping. So I'm going to watch this 325 area if it comes into there, and can't even zoom out to there. Down to here, down to this 325, this 50 moving average here. See if can get picked up off there. See, there's a lift. Trying to make a move higher. I feel like, you know what's funny? I feel like sometimes when the market's like this, it almost seems like it's like a trap to get everybody to sell, and then like it's like the hedge funds and banks, I think, feel like come in, scoop up stuff cheap, and then push it all up higher. And then everybody's like, oh, what the heck? Yeah, I remember you saying something about that too. Yeah, it's like you know what, I think the same thing about. I actually want to I want to look into this. I'm curious about this too. So, so the way like classically the way like stock upgrades and stuff were supposed to work would be like they put a price target on a stock, and the idea is for like the average investor to be able to say, hey, this thing is supposed to be valued at this. I should be able to buy it now, and it'll go up in price because it's below what it's valued at. So like here, like so, PayPal got raised to 337 from 329 by one, and then it's 300 to 292. So like the idea should be, hey, this thing's at 250 now, it should be at 300 or whatever, so I'm going to buy some here and it's going to move up. But I rarely, I feel like, see a stock move up like, after an upgrade. It always seems like they sell off on an upgrade. Maybe eventually they do. I don't know. It's very shisty. See, OSTK trying to push a little bit. We're not trying to see some markets. It's trying. We could for sure come back up into like this area or something, and then tomorrow we fade off. We're just Gotta see how many Ethereums I've made. Couple bucks, sweet. Look at that, Q's, come on, baby. I like that, I like that. So, let's put my PayPal back up. That's nice. OSTK is trying to push higher. We could fade off from here. That we're running into, you know, we're gonna like a lot of these are running into like their yesterday's close. Qs are running into yesterday's close. It looks like, you know. Let's see, turn it up a little bit. Tesla. Kind of trapped in these moving averages here under its 50. See, so its 50s at 681.47. So yeah, right up into there. Let's see, let's run down through this thing real quick and see. See, this OSTK is actually looking pretty good right now. If it holds this 9 EMA remount, then I think it'd be pretty good. Nothing there. What are you guys seeing out there? Anything? It's hard to trust anything right now. You know, seeing some of these this like stuff like this Etsy. Like, you know, I'm thinking to myself like, oh, if you can hold over this, get over this 200 here, remount that, maybe it'd be a good long. It's too extended for a short, I think. It's just stuff's just kind of all over the place. It's just so sloppy right now. Starting to head back on a lot of stuff too. Let's see what spots are like. Basically everything looks exactly the same right now too, which is extremely annoying. Yeah. I was thinking like it might be even a good day. It's not even a good day to day trade. There's just no. That's what it is. Everybody moving to the Doge. Check out my Doge. See where we're at today. Not up a bunch. Anybody seen this? Robinhood has a thing, send your mom a free stock for Mother's Day. Certain limitations apply. I don't know how that works because I'm sure it's just if your mom signs up. I'm sure it won't limit. I can't click on it. Just as soon as I click on it, it just wants me to send it. My dad's up a whole bunch on Doge too. Let's see. Look at that. Ooh. Pretty sweet. Alright. Come on, lift. What in the crap? I got it at like around 2.5 cents. I think it was 2.7 cents. My buddy, he just sold all his the other day. He he bought how much did he bought $5,000 worth at like 8 cents or something ridiculous. He made dumb money. $5,000. I'm not putting no $5,000 into Doge. I wish I had. You know what's funny? I'm not even like a big crypto fan. I'm not like really a believer in the crypto, to be honest with you. I mean, I believe in the concept of it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. But no, I think like I don't think nobody's gonna be using like Bitcoin's not gonna be like a currency anytime soon. Yeah. Like, this is my biggest thing, too. This is, like, the goofiest thing, and I tried explaining this to somebody. Maybe y'all might understand this, but, like, so, like, my thing with cryptocurrency is everybody's like, oh, it's decentralized, this and this, but eventually, once everybody starts using it, then it becomes the centralized thing. That is, if everybody, they're like, oh, we're going to get away, everybody's going to be using cryptocurrency, it's going to be decentralized, but if everybody's using it, then it just automatically becomes centralized. You can't really truly get away from like a decentralized thing. It doesn't even make sense. Because you can't have a universal thing that everybody uses decentralized. That's my thought. That's my whole thing on it. I think the idea of it, where I think the idea of like a cryptocurrency, but I think it's just going to end up being our same U.S. dollar. I mean, really, essentially, credit cards are cryptocurrency. Yeah, exactly. They're going to make their own crypto. It's going to call the America coin. Truly disappointed in my lift here. Still overall long-term position. It's really hard. I mean, I'm sure you guys have noticed the same thing, but like as somebody who's like a swing trader, like a short-term term trader, it is very difficult to hold stuff for the long term when it's like moving up and down. Yeah. I'm actually thinking about buying some more Lyft today. What was that? Oh, this one that was on the weekly? No. I think I was looking at PayPal maybe on the weekly. That looked really good to me. Yeah. This is why I bought more PayPal yesterday, because I liked where it was on the weekly chart. But see, too, it does this thing where it dips below the 20, like, I don't know, how much that is it like a, can I measure this? Let's see, get an average. 5% below, 4%, 4%. So, is that a consistent, I mean, I don't know if that's like a good, I mean, that's 7%. I don't know if that's like a good way to try and do this. Say, what's the average? It moves below the 20 before it comes back. What's it down right now? 5.7. So, I mean, like I said, I don't know if that's like a good way to play this or not. I mean, it's, GS to make a move. Big mover. This OSGK is looking really good. Like that. Look at this. I need to pay for I need to pay for data on my interactive brokers so I can have like because I don't have like real-time data on my interactive brokers, just because I don't usually use it. But I've been realizing like with like options and stuff, it's kind of like could be kind of a nice thing to have, like if I'm looking at an option. Although I guess I have options on here too. I guess I could pull them up on here. Let me do this here. I was just thinking about this. So we go to SPY. I think we need some. I think what we need is some 420 SPY options. There it is. Wait, that's May 10th. Don't want to do that. How quick do we think it's realistic? Let's see. Right there. Kind of wish we were down a little bit more though. I just want to buy some 420 SPY options. See, you're jealous. He didn't think of it first. I'm just thinking, my thinking is it's sitting on its 20 moving average here. Like it's not selling off. I mean, there's a solid chance that it could bounce off here, especially if the SPY sits sideways and the Qs bounce off their 50. I mean, the SPY could easily move to highs. Here's what's annoying though, is that my thing doesn't want to tab over to show me the dates. I can only see the 7th. Obviously I'm not going to buy. I could buy tomorrow. It's probably not going to end super well, but it's super frustrating. Why won't this do this? Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Had to like adjust like my screen size on here on. Everything fading off again. Boom. Let's see what this is. Oh, you're going ahead on here. Okay, yeah. X coming back. The only thing that's like looking decent right now is this OSTK. Even on the short side, there's not like a whole lot that's looking really great. Honestly, I don't know. I was correct though. You know, I did say this morning that we were either going to be up or down, and we are down, so another one for the books. It's funny though, like it doesn't feel like, I mean, we're not like dropping or anything like that. We're just kind of down. Like things don't feel too crazy or anything. It's been like this. Probably this year is probably. I thought last year was kind of a weird market, but this year is, I think, one of the weirdest markets I've ever traded. It just keeps getting stranger. I might add to this lift. Yeah, I think I might. Let's see. This is the most frustrating thing when you have like PayPal here where it jumps up on earnings and fades back. I'm gonna get out of my Chewy long term for now. And added some lift.
Can you see if I can?
I'm gonna hop off the YouTube here because it's I think my OBS thing's trying to say anything disconnecting.